Hello, fellow Zootonians. My name is Willie Balloon. You can call me Mr. B. I'm a comic artist and a creator, and I'm a creator of a team of superheroes called the Z Enforcers. Okay, so I want to tell you a little bit about them later, but what I want to do right now is I want to drop by to encourage you, to inspire you, to let you know that you have something special inside of you. But what I want you to know is I want to ask you a question. I want you to think to yourself what this question is, okay? Now, do you like superheroes? Think about, do you like superheroes? And think about, do you know some superheroes that you really like? And think about, why do you like those superheroes, okay? Because sometimes we can like certain characters, but sometimes when we investigate, when we research why it is we like that particular character, it kind of helps us identify some things about ourselves, and that's really cool, okay? Now, one of my favorite superheroes is Spider-Man, of course, and another one, favorite one of my superheroes is Black Panther. So now I like Spider-Man because even though Spider-Man, he might be quirky, maybe he may not have it all together, but the thing that's cool about him is he took responsibility to be a great hero based off of what he saw happen to his uncle Ben. And so understanding what happened to his Uncle Ben, he vowed to want to make sure that he protected people. And so he took the thought of others instead of himself, okay? And you know, many superheroes, they were born with these superpowers and they had all these superpowers. But Spider-Man didn't have all these superpowers like that. He had to use his own intelligence and his own abilities to rise to the occasion. And what he did is he used his ultimate superpower, which was his brains, his intelligence. He was a very smart young man, okay? And so that's what he used. Now, you say Black Panther. So I like Black Panther because what Black Panther had to do is he had to become king and protect his people even when he wasn't ready to do that. So he had to take on a task when he wasn't ready. And so sometimes in life, we can feel like we're not ready to take on things, or we see new challenges and we're afraid to take on those challenges. But what Black Panther did is he took on the challenge even though he didn't feel like he was ready to fill the shoes of his father that was the king, okay? So what I want you to think about for a second is why you like superheroes that you like, okay? And those are the reasons why I like superheroes. But I want you to understand something that's really key. The truth of the matter, we might like all these different superheroes, but the true superhero is you. Yeah, you're the true superhero. You're the one that has superpowers. You say, what do you mean I have superpowers? I can't fly. I can't make lasers and force fields come out of my hands. I don't have I can't transport myself to another place. So, you know, what do you mean I have superpowers? Well, you have superpowers. You have an ability inside of you. And I like to call that ability the superhero seed. Okay? Every single one of us got a superhero seed inside of us. Now, I am a man of faith. That means I believe that the Creator, God, put something inside of all of us. And in the Bible, it talks about him putting seeds inside of everything. He put a seed inside of trees. He put a seed inside of plants. He put a seed inside of even animals. And you say, wait, how do you put a seed inside of animals? Well, birds, they didn't know how to just fly. They just knew how to do that. They had that capability. They were born able to fly. They didn't have to go to flight school to do that. And fishes didn't have to go to the YMCA to learn how to swim. They were able to just swim since they were born. Okay, so that's their ability that they can do even they didn't have to learn how to have that ability. That was just something that was innate in their nature to be able to do. And so the same thing that God did to animals and trees and plants, he did the same thing to us. He gave every single one of us an ability. You have something special inside of you. And I want you to know that you have something special inside of you, because that's the thing that's going to help change the world. Okay, I don't care what anybody said to you before. They might have said you're not smart enough, you're not pretty enough, you're not strong enough, you're not handsome enough, you don't have swag, or you don't have all of this intelligence. They may say all these things, but the truth of the matter is the fact that you're here, the fact that you're sitting right there, is proof and evidence that you're supposed to do something special in this world. But the question is, are you going to take on the challenge to be the hero that you are? To be the true superhero that you are you going to take on that challenge? Those superheroes that I just talked about, they decided to take on that challenge. So are you willing to take on that challenge? Okay. Now, I admit I didn't always know what my seed was. I didn't know what my superhero seed was always. You know, people made fun of me because when I talk, I stuttered when I talk. So I kind of had a speech impediment. So when I talk, I would go, and it would take me longer to get things out. And also another thing about it is when I was in school, when the teacher was talking, I would process things slower than my classmates. I wasn't always quick on it. I would process slow, and people made fun of me. They say, hurry up, get it out, you're slow, come on, get it out. But let me tell you what happened. So what happened is a teacher pulled me to the side, and she said, the reason why you think like you do and you talk like you talk, and why you process things slower, is because you are a deep thinker. Oh my goodness, she just enlightened something in me when she said I'm a deep thinker. And then what she would do is she would take me and she would tell me, teach your classmates how to draw. She knew that drawing was my thing. And this was an art teacher that did this to me. And she would have me teach my friends and my classmates. And what she did is she instilled a resilience inside of me. You might say, what is resilience? Resilience means you're willing to reach your goal despite the challenges and the obstacles. You keep getting back up. Every time you get knocked down, every time life knocks you down, you keep getting back up, okay? And so that's what she put inside of me when she told me that you are a deep thinker. That teacher's name was Mrs. Calhoun. Miss Calhoun, she instilled something in me. She used to always say to me, I see your name in lights. What she was doing is she was trying to get me to think bigger of myself. Not to think that I'm better than others, but to believe that I have something special that can help the world. You see what she was doing? So what I want you to know is you have that same thing. I'm no different from you. You have something special inside of you. It might be writing, it might be dancing, it might be singing, it might be coding and engineering, it might be building things, it might be sports, it might be whatever it is. You have something special about you, okay? Now, what I did when I learned what my superpower was, I had bullies, I had people that talked about me, made fun of me, but what I decided to do, when they asked me for my help, what do you think I did? Huh? What do you think I did? Yeah, I decided to help them. Yeah, I could have said, no, you made fun of me. Why would I help you? But no, I decided to help them. And guess what? When I did that, I went from higher and higher places. I became known as the kid artist simply because I chose to help somebody instead of, try to pay them back or get revenge on them for what they did to me. Okay? You see, when you use your powers to help somebody, what you're doing is you're actually being a superhero. So what I want to do this morning, what I want to do right now with you is I want to tell you about 8 individuals, okay? And so we're going to go through a series of these 8 individuals that did something really amazing, and they're called the Z Enforcers, okay? And now, the Z Enforcers are 8 individuals that came from a planet called Zootonia. Now, Zootonia was a place that represented unity. It's an advanced version of our Earth, okay? So here, right now, it's 2026. There, it's 3026. So they're 1,000 years ahead of us, and the people there are bigger. So, about this height is the height of a first grader. First grader is this height on Zootonia. But in Zootonia, it's a place where people got along and they showed each other respect by a great author of all of it, or architect of all of the powers. His name was Alpha Magnus, this giant being, okay? Now, he gave the Z Enforcers their powers, okay? So what the Z Enforcers do is they are committed and dedicated to making sure people on Earth, where we are right now, that their consciousness, that they make great choices with their consciousness, the well-being of their conscience. But they have an opposite nemesis. That means they have some rivals called the Scorch Force, who they want to pull you towards things that leads to destruction, okay? All right? And so they want to pull you to ideas that leads to destruction, while the Z Enforcers want to pull you to a point to where you will be the best version of yourself. You'll be the best version of yourself, okay? So what I want to talk to you right now is about Captain Damerius. Yes, Captain Damerius. He's the captain. Now, Captain Damerius, he is the enforcer of love and sacrifice. Y'all hear that? That's what he enforces. That's what his job is. He enforces love and sacrifice. So he helps you, okay? Now, we can't see these Z Enforcers. They're invisible to us, but they see us and they know our habits, okay? So what Captain Damerius does is when he sees you, he tries to look at your abilities, he looks at your habits, and what he tries to do is try to influence you to have love and sacrifice for others, to serve others. Now, the key thing about Captain Damerius, he's the captain, he's the leader, but guess what? He's the slowest mentally. What do you mean slowest mentally? Well, he's not slow as in he's not intelligent. What it is he processes things slower. Does that sound like somebody we talked about earlier? Yeah. I process things pretty slow, okay? So, and you might say, so why did you make the character like that? Well, the reason why I create the character like that, what writers do is the best thing to do, and this is how God inspired me to do it, okay, is authors, they like to put themselves in the story because that helps them to explain and tell the story of what they experienced, okay? So that's an idea for you to do that in your work. When you create your work, put yourself into it. Think about the experiences that you've had in the past. Think about some things that you went through before, that you overcame, some struggles, some obstacles you overcome. And then put that in your work. It could be a poem that you write. It could be a song that you write. It could be a paper that you're writing about. Or even when you're coding something, if you're a coder, you like to program things, think about a problem, an obstacle you went through, and maybe show people how to overcome those obstacles. You can even get on YouTube and put that and show your classmates, your friends, people in the world how to do something that you had a problem with, but you overcame that problem. So Captain Damerius, he is the slowest one to process things, okay? But what Captain Damerius has is he has something called dyslexia, okay? So he has dyslexia, okay? So his learning ability is different. And so the fact that he has dyslexia, what he does is he uses the strength of his dyslexia. Oh my goodness, that's what's powerful. His strength is his dyslexia causes him to be able to have a good memory. Oh my goodness, it causes him to have a good memory. So what he does is he knows every single Z Enforcer's special ability. Oh my goodness, that's amazing. That's phenomenal. Yeah, I want y'all to feel me on this. I want y'all to understand what I'm saying right here. Is he understood their abilities, so what he could do is encourage and empower them to pull out their best versions of themselves. Oh man, that's what a true leader does. That's what a true captain does. They think about others. That's how Captain Damerius was. He thinks about his team all the time. He thinks about, what are they good at? What is Lieutenant Aryan good at? What is Krieg good at? What is Alanis good at? What is Johanna good at? What is Stalin good at? Uriel good at? And what is Ion good at? He knew what each particular enforcer is really great at, and he motivates them, and he gives them encouragement and say, you're good at this. You're really good at this, Ion. I think you should go on this mission. You're good at this, Krieg. You should go on this mission. Uriel, you're very, very good at it. You got a good spirit. You got a cheerful spirit. So I want you to work on this mission. And so he was able to do that. And then, so not only did he do that, but what he would do is he would listen to the advice of his team. Oh my goodness. You know, some people who want to be leaders, they think it's about delegating or telling people what to do. Like, nah, you go over here, you do that. If you can't do it like I say to do it, then you need to get out of here. Now, that's not the attitude that Damerius had. If somebody came up with an idea, he was like, what y'all think I should do? What do you think I should do, team? You think I should try this, or what do you guys think? And then they will be able to tell him, and he will make great decisions because he was able to listen to his team. That's what a great leader is all about. So I'm telling you this because I want to encourage you to be a leader, okay? Be a leader. One of the great ways to be a leader is to be able to listen to others. Be able to be respectful and kind to others, okay? Because I learned that many of the guys that were my bullies, that bullied me, a lot of them are friends today. and they're still my friends even as an adult. They're still my friends because I saw something inside them. Now I'm not tooting my own horn and saying I was perfect. I was the perfect kid. I was the perfect teenager. It wasn't that. It's just that I tried to listen to people. I tried to see what was it about them that was special. And then I tried to encourage them. And then when that happened, it turned it all around. They wanted to be around me more because people like to be around people who care. They like to be around people who listen, okay? Because we all want to know what our value is. We all want to know what's special about us. But I want you to get a clue on this. You already have something special about you. You're already valuable. I know you might have heard that you're not smart enough, that you don't have what it takes before, but that's all a lie. That's all a lie, okay? And so I want you to understand that you don't have to try to find your identity in what the world is saying to you. The world's idea, social media, saying things about like you have to look like this, you have to have swag like this. If you don't have these clothes, you're not cool enough. If you don't have this much money, you're not good enough. You don't look this way, you gotta look like this, you gotta wear this designer. It's not about all of that. The thing is, who you are as a person is special. The world needs you now. Yeah, they need you even right now as a teenager. They need you right now. You have something special inside of you. And so what I want you to do is take that special thing, that special ability that you have, and use it to help others. That's all you got to do. Be a good listener and use your abilities to help others. And that's what's going to make you a superhero, guys. That's going to make you a superhero. So that I want you to take that with you and understand there's something special about you. Okay, until next time, tap into your virtue.
Be sure to get your free download of the Pick Heroes free digital coloring bundle in the link below to sample Pick's coloring content and join our email list to get encouragement and empowerment. Also click below if you want the Z Enforcers Digital Coloring and Teaching Adventure Pack, which includes the Z Enforcers Digital Coloring Book, PowerPoint lessons, entertainment, and more. If this helped you, subscribe for more Z Enforcer and Millie lessons every week. Remember, tap into your virtue.